All right, guys, it is 8 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get going. Want to welcome everybody to our Six-Figure Agent Friday Mastermind. Guys, welcome. If you have any agents, send them a reminder about the mastermind, invite them on, tell them this is open to any agents, even outside of EXP and outside of Dream Team Legacy Builders. So you can welcome your agents to join and participate with us. But good, guys, I'm excited this morning back in the DMV back home. So been gone, feel like I've been gone a long time. I left out last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. And just got back in last night. So back home in the DMV. But let's get ready to open it up, guys. We always start out our Friday masterminds with the attitude of gratitude, what you're grateful for on this morning. I once heard a saying, what you think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. Being grateful for the things that you have right now. Just grateful for even the little things. So anybody want to kick us off with any gratitude this morning, what you're grateful for?
Well, I'm grateful to be alive and in reasonable health. This is Tammy. And just grateful that I'm able to get up and get things started just one more day. Just grateful that, and even though I would want things to be far better, I still have a chance. Grateful to be a part of this phenomenal group. Glad I was introduced to you all. And I'm just extremely grateful, rather than focus on all of the things that should have been, could be. I woke up with that in my spirit anyway, to tell God thank you, just say thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's kind of my meditation for today and this morning, rather than the things that we could pray for. Just tell them thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Yep.
Good. Thank you, Tammy.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, everybody. Dream Team. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm grateful this morning. Just be in good health. Your family's in good health, and I just thank God for another day that He's blessed us, because we're not promised tomorrow. We only today is a gift. If we didn't know that, and I know Rod and myself, we've lost family members this past last week. We went to attend the funerals. And and I think a lot of times we don't realize how precious life is until we have to go to a homegoing ceremony and see people that we knew all our lives and different things, and now they're no longer with us. And I know people that are there wishing they had just one more day, wanted to tell them something one more day, something that was on their heart. And I think why, each and every day that you wake up and day that you have breath in your body, if it's somebody that you need to forgive, it's somebody that you need to tell you love, somebody that you need to, you have something on your heart, tell them now, because tomorrow is never promised. And even for us, those things that we want to do, those goals, those dreams, those things, don't, wait till, you can no longer perform, out there because of, health conditions or whatever. Do it now while you have the strength, while you have your youth, while you still have, connections with people. So don't take life for granted. I'm just thankful for that today.
That's good, Tim. Yeah. Awesome. Again, sorry for your loss too, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Anybody else, guys, what you're grateful for on this morning?
Good morning, it's Alicia. I truly thank God for a new day with everything going on in the world. I thank him for his protection. I just thank him for each and every day that my family is well, in good health, And I thank him for everyone on this call. These calls are really beneficial. Thank you, Rod, for everything that you do in the Dream Team. I remember my first Agent Academy call. I was just so surprised how everybody just gives back, and it really, really makes a difference. I always hear a lot of people complaining about their mentors and not having support, but I'm just so thankful how everyone gives back because it really makes a difference. So thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this family. Amen. Good, good. Anybody else, guys, before we move on?
Amen. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Pam.
Hey, I want to echo everyone's sentiments. I'm glad to be, waking up this morning, but I'm so thankful that God decided that it wasn't going to be me yesterday.
Mm.
I'm thankful. I heard somebody say, that we shouldn't be taking life for granted. And that's so true because, if you think about it, it's so much going on that God has spared us from. So I'm thankful and grateful for that. I'm so happy that, I'm here with my family, that by and large, we're in good health. And it's such a blessing. I'm thankful for you guys. This is the best team in the world. You guys, I don't think anybody really, really has what we have. I'm sure they have some version of it, but they don't have dreams. And I'm so thankful for you guys. So just continue to pray for each other.
Thank you, Pam.
That's right. Amen. Thank you, Pam. Appreciate you.
Hi there. Good morning.
Hey, Natasha.
I just want to say first, I'm grateful for my health and strength and energy. Um, it's always a challenge being a primary caregiver, and I'm grateful that the last couple of weeks have been rough for my mom. And it's just, at one point I was like, okay, God, I'm back to it sucking the life out of me. I'm just so grateful for strength to continue in the race. And it's sometimes some of the most demanding demands it places on my body and on my mind. It's just incredible. But I thank God for grace because He is so good to me despite everything I have to deal with on a regular basis. I'm grateful for my husband. I want to say that publicly loud. I want to scream it to the housetop, because, he lives in a house with 5 very strong, very opinionated women. And, he's just been holding the fort,
Wow.
When business is up, he is supportive. When business is down, he is going to take on extra gigs to make sure everything is in the house is met. And I'm just grateful for my husband. He is a blessing.
Wow.
I woke up this morning. I said, God, I thank you for my husband. He just is so supportive. So I'm very, very. He's like, you know what, Natasha, work your business. I'm like, thank you. So
Wow, that's awesome.
grateful. It is a blessing to have a supportive. I don't take it for granted. Everybody doesn't have that, but I'm grateful. So
yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Natasha. That's awesome. Good. And I really understand where you're coming from, Natasha. We're caregivers too, and I'm just so grateful. The God has worked it out. God has given us an amazing caregiver team that comes in and supports me and Lashri, and I'm grateful for my wife too. Just being this was a life-changing disruptor in our family too, bringing my mother, relocating her up from Louisiana 5 years ago, now being caregivers. But I thank God for the team that He's given us that allows us to travel and just being in a position where we can have a strong caregiver team and just really depending and just trusting God. We got a call. This how the enemy works. We had a great time. I went down to Louisiana, spent time with family down there several days, and then flew straight from Louisiana to meet my wife in Florida in Orlando. So we've been down there all week. But got a call Wednesday. Let's see, not yesterday, came back Thursday. Got a call Wednesday morning. I missed the call. Joshua texted me. We think the caregiver thinks grandma is having a stroke or a heart attack. So
Oh my God.
yeah. So I like, Josh, put me on FaceTime. Let me see here. Well, let me see what's going on. And yeah, so she had all the symptoms. She's sweating and she's drooling, she's lethargic. So Josh is real cool and calm under pressure, kind of like me. He's real, just kind of even keel. He doesn't get excited about too much. But so I was like, okay, Josh, so go ahead and I put me on with the caregiver. What do you think? And she said, yeah, I think we should call 911. She's sweating. And so we call 911, get her. And so, my wife and I begin to praying and just trust and believe in God. Because we think we've seen this before, with the dementia and everything that's going on. But they ran tests, and sure enough, we got a call maybe no more than maybe 3 or 4 hours later. And they didn't find anything. MRI was fine, no sign of anything. By that time, my daughter had gotten up there and said, Grandma's talking and she's saying she's ready to go home. So
oh wow.
God is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
I'm actually, so I'll be launching a podcast on November 1st called Caring Conversations, because the more I talk to people about being a caregiver, there's so many elements to it. I actually have, because my mom's been on hospice for a year, the hospice owner, she's talking about different things regarding caregiving. So yeah, and actually when I was teaching my last real estate negotiations class, the last day of the class, my mom had a heart attack. And like right in the middle of the class, she texts me. She's like, I don't think I'm doing good. And I'm like, I got an hour left in the class. I was like,
people
and,
don't know.
So I stepped away from my class. I said, y'all, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I gotta run to the other room. And I gave her some nitroglycerin and called the nurse, and they came over. So it's just, I thank God for grace. Most people don't understand. I handle it with a smile on my face, but there are days where I'm like, God, I'm tired. I don't even know if I have any energy to wait to walk across the hallway.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I grow up, I'm gonna have a caregiving team. Right now, the team is me.
I know, I understand. We're with you. Our prayers are with you. If you ever need to talk, call, talk to LaSherie, talk to me, or
absolutely.
Anytime. I know, Pam, you're in that season too.
Got your back. Oh yeah. We're taking care of parents. So I totally understand. Nobody really knows, what you're going through. If they knew our travel schedule, they'd be like, oh my God, how y'all getting it done? But God, we lean on him for our strength. So
yep, and you can call me too. I wanted to chime in. I just didn't say it. I didn't mean to cut over your cousin, but yeah, I just didn't say it. So I was a caregiver for the last 3 years, and my relative transitioned in August. So a lot like you all, I travel back and forth to the South and back to DC. And like you said, Rod, you're just back. I'm back 48 hours. So if you ever need any conversation about that, I'm available as well. It's a lot. I think I told Pam I participated in more funerals in the last 2.5, 3 years than I've done any marriages or baptisms or funerals and family members, and it's just like the gentleman said before, life is so precious. It's just like a vapor. One day you're here, and then the next day. So clear up those areas.
On your family while you can.
Yes. Amen. I know. Yeah, Tim, you're in that season too. I know.
Yeah, my parents. I'm back and forth to Maryland. Matter of fact, I'll be up there this week. And then matter of fact, my wife's grandmother, she's been in the hospice for a couple of weeks too. So we gonna see her in Virginia Beach tomorrow. So yeah, so between going down there and going to Maryland, and then her dad had I told you her dad had a heart attack a couple of weeks ago. We didn't even know. I mean, it was crazy. So it was just like one thing after another. I'm like, come on, Lord, what's what's going on?
Yes.
So, but hey, God is good. He got us here for such a time as this to be able to be there and assist. Because think about it, we weren't there, and they didn't have somebody like us. What would happen then? They may not be with us today, or have lived as long as they did.
Yeah. Wow. Good. All right, guys. Well, any more gratitude? We gonna move.
Thank you, Jesus.
This is blessed, man. This is Dream Team, guys. We different. We not like the rest of the team.
What we do.
This is what we do. This is what we do. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll move on here then. You'll see my slides, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Just a couple of announcements coming up, guys. We got our on Wednesdays, we do our EXP Explain. Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This opportunity to get your folks on, guys. Get them on and hear the opportunity. Go to explainexp.com. Send them there. And regardless of what team you're on, Legacy Bills, Dream Team, whoever, just get your people on. We want to start packing out this Wednesday, 12 p.m. noon Eastern Time, EXP Realty. So even if you don't have a guest, guys, jump on with us sometime. Hear the presentation. The more you hear it, more it gets in your spirit, and you're able to kind of start articulating it more about, the value that EXP brings. Okay. Our academy is getting ready to start up again, guys. We had our last session on Wednesday. Matter of fact, we were talking about agent attraction ways, and so we're getting ready to start up again. And next Wednesday, guys. So I'm a little behind. I'm my plan is to get it out today. The registration, get it out today. It is registration required because we want people who are serious, who really want to be in it. Not just opening it up for everybody. This is kind of an exclusive group where our agent partners, top producers are coming. They're spending time. They're preparing. They're putting lessons together to bring information, to bring knowledge to our group. So we want registration participation. So starts next Wednesday the 1st, and we're gonna go through the 13th. That'll be the last one, the 13th, because we'll start kind of getting into that holiday season with people traveling. Okay, any questions about the academy? Okay. All right, guys, this is one of our slides from that we've been showing up, but take some time each week to really imagine, see where you want to be, see what is your dream goals, your dream income, where do you want that income to be? What are some things that you want to accomplish, especially coming up on this 2024, going into this this really first quarter here of 2024, but last quarter, technical quarter of the year, going into 2024. What is your dreams? What's your goal? What's your income goals? Can you see yourself making $250,000, $500,000, maybe $1 million or more in the business, being debt free, owning your dream home, your dream car, being a blessing, being a giver, blessing your favorite church or organization, accomplishing your why. It's good for, I got my dream board. It was my dream home where I want to be eventually, my last home. Any of you got a vision of your last home? Some of y'all probably living your last home. Y'all already in your dream homes, but some of us, like Natasha got a bad house in Atlanta.
Yes, she does.
But
Look like in Atlanta.
I want to get me a gated community one day, Natasha. So
oh my gosh. Y'all do realize I live in a gated community. These houses were started at like $299. Okay.
Wow.
Now,
Unbelievable.
I mean, they've appreciated since then, but no, I bought when it was low.
You got in early.
Yeah, I got it early in here while
That's
they were still building. Yeah. No.
Amen.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Good.
They'll probably end up being close to $1 million when I get ready to sell, but
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that area.
What I'm talking about.
Amazing. Yeah. Dream car, being a blessing, being a giver. God, these things so important to you to get that vision for you in your life. Get the vision, see yourself, driving dream car, being a giver, being a big giver, being a blessing, your church, really your why, getting back, being in a financial position, just like we were talking about, taking care of our parents. We want to be in a position to do that, guys. We want to be in a position, just like one of the funerals I just went to, my aunt May, they weren't in any position, nobody planned, and most of both funerals, well, my aunt May, it was just a kind of a graveside service, and my cousin Rose, didn't know if they were going to have a funeral until the end, to the very end, Saturday, Friday, it may not happen. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. And, scrambling to get the money and all that kind of stuff, guys. We don't want to be in that position. We want to plan. We want to be able to build a legacy. We want to, don't want our children to worry about us. Is that right, guys?
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in fact, the podcast, one of
That's
the
right.
programs that I have coming up, probably towards the latter part of November, we'll be talking about planning, because a lot of times we don't, like, I didn't plan to be a caregiver. It just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All
um,
happens.
and a lot of us don't plan for that. And we actually had a really good discussion, even about our lives. How are we planning for our latter days if we do need caregiving? And a lot of I don't have a plan right now. So having those discussions now is really important.
It is. Yeah. 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 Good, guys. Maybe if you guys got some suggestion, we bring in some professionals on one of these Fridays to kind of talk about that. Okay. All right, guys. How did it go last week? Where is everybody? Why are we so light today? I meant to mention that earlier. Where's
I don't know. I
Where
don't know
is
what's
the-
going on. Ain't no
Hey,
holiday.
man, oh no, this
This is not
The
the
weather
long
got nice
weekend.
again, Rod.
what'd you say, Tim?
The weather got nice again.
I
People on
guess,
vacation.
man. I'm like,
Get warm.
hey, this is the time. This is the season you want to be pulling in close with this market. You want to stay close to, in the pack, in the tribe. You don't want to drift out there by yourself. You want to stay close to the tribe. But okay, good, fair, poor, great this week, guys. Every week we want to be nailing every week. We can't afford to lose weeks, days, weeks turn into months. Every day we got to wake up. Powerful morning routine, looking at your goals, speaking your goals, declaring your goals, reading them like you really feel it, you see it, you expect it to happen. You got to really double down on everything in this season, this market, guys. And that starts with that morning routine, waking up early, praying your day, praying your week. Trust and believe in God, that he's going to bless your business, going to open up doors. Start speaking over your business and praying for each other, praying for your fellow Dream Team realtors, getting up early. Anybody do that, guys? Get up early,
Oh, yes.
praying your day.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Pray for each other's business too, that,
Yes,
Dream
God.
Team Davis will prosper.
Yes.
That focus, discipline, daily, weekly lead generation, that new business development. How am I getting new business development? We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. My lead follow-up, working that database, tracking my number of conversations, conversions, my set appointments, my met appointments. I met with the people. I said being appointment focused. I got to get appointments. I got to talk to buyers. I got to talk to sellers. I got to have conversations. I got to get appointments to get signed agreements and get contracts. How many signed agreements can I get next week? How many signed agreements did I get this week? That's what we want to really be focused on, guys. These are all the activities that lead up to getting agreements signed. I got to get agreements signed. I got to get agreements signed. I got to get somebody under contract. I got to, not under contract, but I got to get an agreement. I got to get an appointment. So I got to be tracking my conversions, my conversations, having more. I got to be doing some type of lead, new business development every single day. Not just nursing that one client that I have, guys. You can't just nurse that baby for 30, 45 days till they get to closing. Every day you got to reset. You got to be disciplined to do that time blocking, to prospect, lead generate, whatever that way that is. Open houses should already be in the system right now. You should have identified what open house you're doing this weekend. So getting those appointments, getting signed agreements. So now we're out looking at houses and we're putting the house under contract and we're going to closing in 30 days. Contracts. So what can I do better next week? So every day, guys, this slide is so critical, so important, is that I got to really grade the week. I got to do inventory. I got to examine myself. Did I really put in the work? Did I go to work? Did I do the things? Because we all have a Monday call every Monday morning, kind of our marching orders. This is what I plan to do this week. What am I expecting? So am I really putting in the work? Are my goals, the things that I want to accomplish, and the work that I'm putting in, is it congruent? Is it lined up? Are you in alignment with what you're saying that you want to achieve in the business? Are you doing the work? Are you going to work every day? Or are you just kind of in vacation mode and just kind of business mode or learning mode all day long? I don't know what kind of mode, but we're not doing money making activities. Mm-hmm. Any comments on that, guys? Hey, Marvin, I see Marvin on here. Good morning.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rod, this week, man, I had over 30 conversations, man, set 2 appointments. Had a buyer referral. Actually, a lady is going to buy here in the DMV, lives in Delaware. I reached out to try to get a agent on Legacy Builders Dream Team, but I don't think we had any agents in Delaware. So I reached out to an agent up there. She's actually an Icon agent in Delaware, and she already met with my client, and we're gonna do a referral on that. And she's buying a home here, so she wants to do a simultaneous closing. When she sells that house, and her house was paid off free and clear, so she wants to sell that home and then buy one cash here. But just coordinating even outside of the DMV, for folks that can help you with that transaction. So was doing that, yeah. So and then also got another worked with another buyer and got him pre-qualified. And he's out of state in Rhode Island, moving to Virginia Beach, and I connected him with the agent that I have down in Hampton Roads area. So he's gonna kind of facilitate it. I'm gonna take the lead on it, but I don't have that MLS down there. But we're gonna get that deal done too. So yeah, just really having a lot of conversations this week. I did have to go to a training this week. It was mandatory diversity training. Terry Houston ran that, but it was something I had to do as a board member. But it was a good thing because one thing I did learn while I was there, that where we live in this county, we one of the most diverse counties. We are the most diverse county in Virginia, and then almost throughout the country. And so we have a lot of people of different nationalities. And if you just go to the mall around here, and it's really, those are kind of the demographics that are moving in your area and where they're coming from overseas and then moving here. So you can kind of position yourself to be in those communities, where those people are moving to the area. And then you also have some people that are moving out of the area. So it's kind of an eye opener to really kind of, position yourself during this time and season as the influx of people are moving. So, and definitely I was already forward thinking on that and working on those areas, but to really just kind of see it, the numbers broke out to show exactly where people are coming from and going to. So yeah, good,
awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah. That's good, Tim. That's powerful, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. Any other comments on this rating yourself this week? Anybody, any room for improvement? Can anybody say there's some areas I can improve on?
Absolutely.
Yes,
yes, sir.
Good. All right, guys. Next week, let's do better next week. Let me ask you a question, guys. If you were in the market, if you were not an agent, if you were in the market for a realtor, would you hire yourself or one of the top 5 agents you already know? If you were in the market for a realtor, would you hire yourself?
Yes, I surely would. I surely would.
You know, all right. I know that's right.
I surely would.
Good, good. Can everybody confidently say that? Everybody? And anybody else? Would you hire you? Lisa, would you hire you?
I would.
I would.
All right. Anybody want to say why?
I would, because you care about making the customer happy. You care that upon meeting and greeting and going through the entire process, you want to make sure that the customer understands that it's really about the care, the loyalty, helping them reach their goal and helping them reach their dream. And when you put that type of emphasis in when you're dealing with people, people see that. They can discern that. They can pick that up. I mean, so from beginning to end, care. care about working that transaction or that process, not per se for personal benefit, because we know that that's what we, that's the ultimate thing, but that the way you interact with customers, the way you work through the whole scenario, putting them first in their ideas and just listening and the loyalty that is displayed. I believe that I would hire me because I care.
That's good.
I
That's
love
what I
it.
think. Same thing.
Said.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, that care.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Go
say
ahead.
I would hire me as well because of the systems and my commitment to excellence.
Commitment to excellence. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And I say, just what they just said, I mean, they're right, spot on. And then just for the professionalism that I have when I go out and deal with my clients. When they see me, when they show up, they're going to see, hey, he's professional. They're going to see the presentation that I do from the beginning to end is professional. How we go out and show houses, the advice that I give, they're going to see that I have a knowledge base. So I know that I'm the best agent for them to hire. They may not know it on the onset before they actually meet me, but once they sit down and talk to me, they know, hey, this guy right here knows what he's talking about. I know he's going to help me reach my goals, and that he's going to be there from beginning to end. So I have no doubt when I meet with a client that I'm the right one for the job. Now, caveat to it, if I was unprepared, then you would know you're not the right one for the job. And I always tell my story, and I like to retell it because I ran into the lady the other day. I went to get a listing one time, and it was a lady that I knew for years, and she actually she's a commercial real estate agent, and she does millions of dollars in transactions. And she sold Tom Cruise's house. Okay. And when you go into her office, she got celebrities all around her wall of different celebrities she sold. But me and her kind of bonded networking. Older lady, Caucasian, in her price, she's probably in her 80s now. And I don't know. So one day she called me. She says, "Hey, Tim, what you doing?" I said, "Nothing." She says, "Hey, you're an agent. I want you to come over and sell my house." But she was private, so she didn't want to give it to none of her agents. She wanted me to get the house. I was like, "All right, cool. Miss Pauline, I'll come to your house." Came to her house, sat down, looked at her house, $1 million house. And so she's like, I thought I was prepared. And she says, "Okay." I said, "All right, Miss Pauline, I have a few little things there." She said, "So tell me about the neighborhood." I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
I didn't really look at the neighborhood." "Well, tell me about the school systems and what's the transportation? How long is it?" She's like, "Are you sure you're trained?" I mean, she's a broker, right? So she was just like grilling me. She wanted to give me the listing, but after about 15 minutes, I said, "Miss Pauline, I apologize. I am not prepared." I said, "I'm not worthy of this listing. Let me sit here and get some training from you." And I humbled myself because I thought I was ready, but I went in there because I kind of knew her personally, but professionally, I was not ready. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter. You have to be ready, whether it's your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, somebody you don't know. If somebody wants to give you the biggest asset that they have and they're trusting you with it, you got to come professional. You got to be on your A game. I don't care if it's your mama, give her the professional presentation. You got to be ready. So now I know when somebody calling me, I'm ready. I'm the person to do the job. I have no doubt.
That's awesome, Tim. I love it. Love it.
You know what's funny about it? I was at the day that we went to an event. I think it was the NVAR event they had not too long ago. The lady came over to the table. I saw her, and Mike Houston and my mentor was at the table, and she started talking to me. And Mike was like, "Oh, I think that's the lady Tim was talking about," because she started grilling them about NARAB and Guy and all that. She was grilling them. I was like, yeah, that's the lady right there. But super sharp. But you know what? It's a lesson learned. I say all to say, be ready, be professional, and care. Yep.
That's it. That's it. I love it.
And and professionals are always training and getting better and sharpening their skill set. Like even I took the luxury training 3 years ago, and going back through it with the EXP training, it's definitely not as comprehensive as the Luxury Marketing Institute, but it's still a reminder of, knowing what your value proposition is. That having constant reminders of that stuff it never hurts. So because it boosts your confidence, and it helps you position yourself as someone in the know. I was having a conversation with one of my buyers. They're like, well, we'll wait till next year. And he's like, I'm getting articles from different people that saying renting is better than buying, and house prices are dropping. And I'm like, so first of all, that's market. That might be, I don't know which market you're looking at, but in our market, house prices are not dropping. And the average days on market is at least 14, actually 21 days in my area, 14 days in that Metro Atlanta, and being able to recite those numbers off the top of my head. I know he was very impressed. Okay, well, she does know what she's talking about. And then I'm going to follow up with the actual numbers, because this is a high C individual. If you've done the DISC training, a very, very high C, he's a CFO. And I'm going to send him that information so he'll have the numbers to back up what I'm talking about. So he knows I'm not just fabricating this. This is actually what's going on. And now is probably a better time to buy, because when interest rates drop, potentially, a lot of buyers that have been sitting on the fence are going to come flooding back into the market, and we're going to have multiple offer situations. We still have multiple offer situations. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So having those conversations with confidence, it shows your level of preparation.
That's right. That's right.
Because I'm digging into specific neighborhoods right now. Even my city, I know what's going on with it.
That's powerful. All right, guys. Anybody else? If you were in the market for a realtor, would you hire yourself or one of the top 5 agents you already know? Why?
I am one of the top 5 agents I know, and I will hire myself every time.
That's what I'm talking about, Bryson.
I might not have the numbers of a top 5 agent or the years experience, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that you're not going to find anybody to work harder for you than me. Even today, you see, I got on the call late today. I got on the call late today because I literally had, I got a well and septic inspection set up for today. So I only had to go to this area one time again before closing. And the well inspector canceled for today at 7:55.
Oh.
Well, it's 8:37, 8:38 right now. I'm out the house and I got another inspector on the way.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's not a problem. A solution for that.
Wow, that's awesome. Because it's hard to book those guys. So sometimes it takes you 2 weeks to get an appointment, 2-3 weeks sometimes. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Bryson. You got it, bro.
Yeah. Good. All right, guys. Anybody else? We're gonna move on.
I think I would hire myself because, well, I know I would hire myself because I come as part of a team. I represent you guys. I also represent myself very well. I have a team of movers if I need them. I have someone who will haul the junk. I have a photographer that I use all the time that does an amazing job. So when you're hiring me, you're also hiring a team. And I'm able to provide that service very well for my clients, plus loyalty, caring, and professionalism.
Love it. Awesome. All right, guys, that's awesome. Let's go here to this next slide here. What are the top things you do better than most people? Anybody? I think some of you kind of mentioned them just now. But what's some of the top things you do better than anybody? Listen. Woo! Somebody write that down, guys. Listen. That's a good one there. Anybody else? What's your superpower? What's that thing you do better than most people?
One thing I do, Rod, I connect with people very well. And then not only just connect with just that individual, but I connect with them on, of course, about buying a home, about their family, about, who else is important to them. Because sometimes they may have different challenges in their life. So I just try to get into the family, if you will, how to, where they're from, how the family's doing, the kids, whatever, get into that. So I'm really, when we having a conversation, I'm having a holistic conversation, not about just about houses, trying to really find out who the person is and really get that relationship going. So even if we decide not to work together and part ways, we still have a great relationship. Not everybody, but I try to establish that up front, that we still have because sometimes buyers will come in and they'll be with you, or sellers, and they'll start off and then they fizzle out. But the thing is, when they see me later on, they remember me. You know what I mean? Try to leave an impact on them. And then also I try to go above and beyond. Sometimes they, if I'm working with a seller, they may say, well, I'm thinking about, just like seller wants to put their house on the market right now. And they said, well, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna wait until December. I said, well, what you waiting for? Well, I want to do some carpet and some paint. Well, I got somebody for you already. Okay. Oh, you do? Yeah, I called Pam. Pam, let me get your contractor. Pam gave it to me, gave the information. So we're getting the work done. You know what I'm saying? Trying to facilitate and get things done so that we're not sitting there waiting for them to figure things out. I'm being proactive instead of reactive. Whether I'm helping them find a house or helping them sell a house, always trying to be a step ahead of them in the game, because we're professionals. So we know what's supposed to happen. Sometimes they don't know. And if you don't kind of, make those suggestions or, show them other options that they have, they may not know. And so it can just hold you up and hold them up really and moving forward.
That's good. That's good, Tim. Powerful. I like to come up. I'm a solutions type person. Just this other day, that was yesterday, matter of fact, we got a house under contract a couple of days ago. And sure enough, the loan officer, he told my clients, she was expecting to get money from, she wasn't saying where this money was coming from initially, but expecting to get money coming in from different family members. And he told it, be careful with big deposits in your account. Everybody know that, right? You got to be careful with deposits. You got to source those funds. Any deposits, large cash hitting your account, it has to be accounted for. So that's a conversation you want to have with your folks. Any buyers that you're working with, be careful of making large deposits. And sure enough, she got all these random large amounts of cash hitting her account. And so it's causing an issue, or it caused an issue. And so what it is one of those, have anybody ever heard of one of those where family members, you put money in and one of the family members gets the money? You ever heard of those things?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's one of those,
in my country, we call it a susu.
So exactly,
that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's what
in my country, it's called a susu.
Susu, yep. She's from West Africa too. It's called Susu, and that's all the family. I mean, it's big deposits. I mean, 8,000, 5,000, 7,000. Like, whoa.
It's very common in our culture to do susus.
Yeah. So you gotta watch the susu money. You gotta watch that. Be careful. Have it go into a different account completely or something. Viola, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, we're having a problem like that. I have a buyer in Pennsylvania, and the lender is asking, "How did you get this money?" And she's like, "She got $10,000," and she said, "It's from my Susu money." So he really wants to know. So Susu director, we have to write a letter.
Yes, that's what we're having to write letters. So I told him, we got to figure out what this is. She got a brother that just bought a house and he's in Susu too. So it can be done. So we got to find out how. So he's coming up with some solutions, and we're going to talk today to get around this. But yeah, so watch the Susu money, have that conversation with your clients. But it's about coming up with solutions, like writing a letter. If they can source the funds, write a letter. Got to have an account number on the letter too, where that money came from. So Yeah.
And also, Rod, I had a buyer a few months ago. He actually got money through Cash App, Zelle, whatever. He had some property somewhere else over in Africa. So he didn't disclose it because he was thinking, hey, it's out of country, whatever. And then all of a sudden he gets this large deposit in, right before a settlement. And they're like, hey, where these funds come from? A couple thousand from, coming in your Zelle or whatever Cash App. So he had to write a letter and do a whole bunch, jump through some hoops, and they end up having to pull that out so that, from the underwriter, so it wouldn't go forward because it was it was some money from out of country. But you got to be careful with that too, because before we didn't have those kind of applications to get money to your account, normally from bank account to bank account. But now any of those other methods that it comes to your account and it shows up, and they go back and look, when they look at those statements, they're going to count it. You're going to have an explanation.
That's right.
Best advice is it has to be notarized. You have to notarize that letter.
Ah, okay. Vala, we may have to get together, and Tasha, we had to do a class on Susu and have some of those loan officers who have dealt with it come on and give us some wisdom about it.
I honestly, I haven't closed anybody that uses Susu money yet. I just know about it because I grew up with it. But it's a big thing. A lot of countries, African countries, and my country, Trinidad, and in the Caribbean and stuff. A lot of people do Susu.
They do it over my family. They were trying to get us in one, so they do it in the African American community too. Here, especially local, up in Maryland, matter of fact. So
yeah.
There's also there's a website that you could crowdfund, quote unquote, legally, for down payment money.
Really?
Yes. Who was it? Marquita put me onto it. Marquita Woods put me onto it. The lender from Fairway Mortgage. There's a website that you can use, and I gave it to one of my clients that is getting married next year. They want to get married and then buy a house right after, or vice versa. And I suggested that to them instead of asking for wedding gifts. It's two families that are combining. I said, you guys already have toasters. You already got anything that someone can buy you. So why don't you just ask for money? Ask for money for help with the down payment of your home. You get a couple $1,000s, or get a nice amount, a nice chunk of the down payment right from there. And they're looking for new construction, so they have to put down a big deposit.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
yeah. You may have to drop that in the chat in the WhatsApp.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? I heard that on the radio actually the other day, just right in I think WTOP, they were saying that more people today are asking for down payment money for their wedding instead of a wedding gift. A lot of young families are doing that.
Wow.
So it's starting to be common. And that's the first time I heard that. Yeah. So,
wow.
Makes sense.
What if you can create a program around that, like a marketing promotion around that to attract clients?
That's a great idea, I think. I mean,
that's hot.
Yeah.
People are thinking about getting married and program.
Yeah.
Engage folks, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I got a cousin that's getting married and she's looking for a house as well. Now I suggested the same thing to her. So that is a market. That is a market. I mean, the new thing is going after divorce listings. If you like Pam, I know Pam had about 10 of them this year. But we can go after engaged couples as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good. Awesome, guys.
I know who was it that said they didn't get a chance to go to a wedding this year. That might be an opportunity for you to go to weddings. Try to get married.
I know a good wedding planner too. A couple of them. Let me talk to.
That's where they're gonna live.
I think somebody look. I think a new agent on here just found their niche.
I know.
You know that the beginning of the spring, there's going to be a lot of those the wedding expos. You could be the realtor that sets up at the wedding expo to talk about how you getting where you gonna live after you get married. Let me help you get a new house.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
Hey, anyone want a partner?
That's real good.
I
Nice.
got
Yeah,
you.
you hear that?
We can do it.
I'm gonna order our banner. We're gonna be ready.
All right. Dallas Expo Center, here we come.
All right.
Amen. ABC.
Guys, I'm gonna save. We had a topic today, but I'm gonna save it for next Friday. Let's pack it out next Friday. I'm gonna be talking about stop chasing business and start creating opportunities. 10 minutes, I don't have enough time to get into it, but we're gonna talk about stop chasing business and start creating opportunities. So I'm gonna have my VA make a flyer for it and like really promote it. Let's pump it up, get the people on there. We're gonna talk about all things are created twice. First in the mind with visualization, being able to see it and declare it, and then creating it. And I heard this a couple of times. I think I heard Tim talking about preparation. Success happens when preparation meets opportunity. We're gonna talk about that. And then some lead attraction systems. I added a couple of more things that you can add, create systems around to attract leads instead of chasing business. So we're going to talk about that next Friday, guys. That's going to be our topic next Friday. So, all right, guys. Well, any closing remarks, comments?
Is anybody in this area VHDA qualified? VHA qualified?
I am.
Who? Bryson?
Yep.
You qualified? Okay.
Yes,
give
sir.
Give me a holler after this.
I was years ago. I got to renew it. It's been a long time. Good. Awesome. Any questions, guys? Any comments? Anybody on for the EXP presentation? All right. Well, let's go out there and make it happen, guys. Let's have a blessed weekend. I think it's going to be a beautiful weekend here in the DMV. So make it a great one. Make sure y'all go to church on Sunday. Make sure y'all go to church on 5th Sunday.
Yes.
All right, guys. Have a blessed one. Thank y'all. Good seeing y'all.
Take care. Bless everybody.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.